Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a review on the Bitti x ColourPop collection, which is a ColourPop collaboration with Pony Park, who is a legendary Korean makeup artist. So I'll be showing you swatches of each product, and this will also be a first impressions as I haven't looked at or touched anything yet. And then I'm also going to do a look that's based off one of the campaign photos. So this collection comes with an eyeshadow palette, 4 Super Shock shadows, 5 Super Shock cheeks, and 3 ultra blotted lip tints. You can get this entire collection for $90, and it looks like the entire theme of this collection is based off candy and bubblegum. I'm really excited for this collection because Pony Park does a lot of really cool collaborations, but they're usually pretty expensive. Like one of the recent ones was with MAC, but ColourPop is a really affordable brand, so I'm really excited for this. I've used a lot of ColourPop products before, so I expect the formulation of these products to be very similar and high quality. So first we have the Candy Button eyeshadow palette, which is a small 9-pan palette. This palette costs $15. There are 5 matte shades, 1 metallic shade, and 3 glitter shades. I really like that all of these mattes are very natural and appropriate for everyday wear. It looks like these 2 bottom shades right here. They're the darkest ones, and they can be used for like a liner or a deep crease shade. And this top one right here is like a light metallic shade that can be used for an inner corner or highlight. And then obviously we have these 3 center glitter shades right here, which are really versatile in the tone, so I feel like you could create a lot of different looks with this palette in terms of warmth and coolness, which is really nice, especially because it's such a small palette that's really good for travel. It comes with a mirror and it feels really nice and high quality. And then we have the Bitti Pop Foursome. These are all Super Shock shadows, and this sells for $20. I don't think you can get them individually, but this foursome is pretty unique because 2 of these shades are tie-dye shades, and one of them is matte and one of them is ultra glitter. The matte shade, which is Walk on Air, actually looks more like a metallic shade, but it says it's matte, so. And then these tie-dye shades are like shades that are kind of interlaced with different colors, which is very cool. I've never seen that before. So for this look, I'm gonna try and recreate one of her campaign photos in which on her eyes she used Bubblicious, Pop, and Hubba Bubba from the palette. And she also used the 7th Heaven Super Shock shadow, which is the ultra glitter shadow. This one. Okay, so I just primed my lids with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and now I'm gonna take the shade Bubblicious, which is a nice matte, cool brown transition shade, and I'm gonna place that into my crease. Okay, just kidding, I lied. It's not brown. It's like a mauve-y pink kind of, but it looks like a brown transition shade in the pan. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of. Yeah, but it shows up kind of pink on the brush and on my eyes as well. I guess this just goes to show that it really keeps up with the whole like pink trend in Korean makeup. Okay, now I'm gonna take Hubba Bubba, which is actually a brown shade, and I'm gonna deepen my crease. These ColourPop eyeshadows are more pigmented than I'm used to, so you really want to go in with like a light hand. I'm just gonna blend that out a bit more. And now I'm gonna take the Seventh Heaven Super Shock shadow and I'm gonna place this all over my eyelid. The texture of the Super Shock shadows, if you've never used them, is very like jelly-like. As you can see, I'm like pressing into it. So I think you can probably use your finger for like a denser application, or you can use a brush for a lighter one, which is what I'm doing. I'm also gonna take this same Super Shock shade and go under my eyes. Okay, and finally I'm gonna take Pop, and taking my finger, I'm just gonna go into it and then place that on the front half of my lid. I'm actually gonna add a shade, so I'm gonna go into Gummy a Break and I'm gonna place that into my inner corners. And the eyeshadow look is done, so now I'm gonna just do my eyeliner and mascara, and then I'll move on to the rest of the collection. Okay, now that the eyes are done, we're gonna look at the Super Shock cheek shades. In this collection, there are 3 blushes and 2 highlighters. They are all sold separately for $9 each. It says here that all of these cheek shades, the blushes, are mattes, except these 2 look matte, but the shade Double Bubble looks like it has a tiny bit of micro glitter in it. Double Bubble is a very natural golden brown. Sugar Coated is a more mauve. And Simply Sweet is like a muted, cool pink. And then we have the 2 highlighters, which both have the texture pearlized. The Glow Burst highlighter actually has some of the tie-dye effect that we saw in the Super Shock shadows, which I think is very cute. So for the cheeks, I'm gonna be using Double Bubble. And then for highlighter, I'm gonna be using Glow Burst. It has a similar like cream jelly texture to the Super Shock shadows, which I think is fine to use with a brush. I don't know if you can see a difference between the 2 sides. I did the face on this side and not on this side. I feel like it's kind of weird to use these formulas with a brush because they're like a very weird like cream jelly texture, but I guess it works fine. I don't know, I feel like I should be using this with my fingers. Like, it's squishy. You can press it down. I definitely get why Pony Park decided to use these like Super Shock formulas for the cheeks because they're very like, it creates a very light and diffused effect, which is on par with the common themes of Korean makeup. The same goes for the blotted lips, which is the next step. This is the Sweetener Blotted Lip Trio. It comes with 3 shades, obviously. So in K-beauty, they really like to use very light, diffused like lip tints, and I think this ColourPop formula is very similar, so I hope that it can give this effect because these shades in the tube actually look very dark, but in the campaign photo, her lips look very light. First we have Holly Lolly, which is a muted rosy mauve, and then Juice Drop, which is a bright pinky red, and finally Chew Holic, which is like a coral red. So I'm gonna use Holly Lolly. So what I did was just kind of focus the stain on the center of my lips, and then I used my fingers to kind of diffuse it out. And this is the final look from the collection. I really enjoyed this collection and I think it's really cute and versatile. What was really unique for me was the tie-dye shades, which I haven't really seen in ColourPop before. I'm not sure if they've done it before, but if I would get one thing from this collection, I would get the Super Shock Foursome, which are the Super Shock eyeshadows, because they have a really unique jelly texture, like I said, and the effect that they give is actually a lot more beautiful than when they're in the pot. It's only $20, so it's $5 per shade, which I think is a really good deal. I've heard a lot of people talking about how they don't like that ColourPop has a lot of like glitter shades that are potentially unsafe for the eyes. I feel like it's a given that glitters are unsafe for the eyes. Like if you look at any random palette, even like pressed pigments, at least chances are at least one of those shades, or even like over half the shades, are going to be not suitable for eyes. So they're not technically supposed to be used around the eye area, but we use them as eyeshadows anyway. And the same kind of goes for these, except the thing with the ColourPop glitters is that it doesn't feel like glitter. It feels very much like a smooth jelly texture, which is pretty congruent with all of their products. So if you're worried about that, I wouldn't be, just because I think first of all you should be careful anyways, but also this formula has really been, I feel like, created with that in mind. So if you touch the glitter shades in these pans, like they feel like creamy shades rather than like rough glitter. This palette, I love this palette. It's so small, packaging's really cute, and it's perfect for travel. You could wear looks from day to night with it. Yeah, overall I really like this collection. I hope you check it out because it is really nice. I wish that you could play with it before you actually buy it to see what they're like. But I know that ColourPop is an online store only and they don't usually put their collections into Sephora or Ulta. But if you've tried the ColourPop formulations and like Super Shock shadows and lip tints, I think they're a really good value and you should check it out. I think I forgot to mention that these what are they called? The Blotted Lip Trio is $22 for the 3 shades, and they're $8 each if you buy them separately. So if you buy the whole thing, you save $2. I hope you enjoyed this review of the collection, and I hope you go check it out. Bye!